In this video, I am tackling my stretch knit fabric stash. Hi friends, welcome back to Carla Created. If you're new here, my name's Carla and I share videos all about my sewing adventures. In this video, I'm going to make quite a number of different items out of the stretch knit fabric that I already own to try and use some of it up. I have challenged myself to use as much of it as I possibly can in one sequential kind of sewing spree. Let's call it a sewing challenge, a stretch knit sewing challenge. So let's see how far I can get before I get sick of sewing with my stretch knit fabric.
Let's start with two easy cardigans, one for me and one for my youngest daughter.
I have so much of this. Also had this 1 hour cardigan pattern in my stash for years. Never made it, thrifted it, and I think this and this would be awesome.
Okay, all I need to do is cut out the 1 hour cardigan pattern, which looks really straightforward. I'm a bit dubious about how this is going to stay up, given that it has no other seams except for that armhole and the center back seam, but we'll just trust the process and we'll see what happens. I'm also going to use this old cardigan that my 4-year-old absolutely loves as a template to make her a cardigan out of this same pale pink fabric. Now, never fear, I'm cutting up this blue cardigan of hers because it is so old, it's full of holes. I've repaired it multiple times, but it is too far gone. I'm going to sew the pattern pieces for the smaller cardigan first, starting with the shoulder seams, attaching the sleeves, and then sewing up the side seams. I'm using my overlocker to do all of this, which is really great for stretch fabric. I'm now going to sew the sleeves onto the weird armhole openings for the 1 hour cardigan. This pattern is really interesting, I have to say. You sew the center back, which I've already done, and then attach the sleeves, and then that's it pretty much. The sleeves are attached and the center back is stitched. Now let's try this on to see if it actually stays up without any shoulder seams. And surprise, surprise, the cardigan doesn't actually stay on my shoulders. So I'm going to take it in at the center back and also add some darts at the shoulders so that it actually stays on my shoulders and stops slipping down my arms. I then went ahead and attached a neckband to my daughter's cardigan, hemmed the cuffs and the bottom hem, as well as the cuffs, bottom hem, and neckband area of my cardigan, and I was done. Oh, and I added me-made labels, of course. What do you think of the darts at the shoulder seam? Do you think they look okay? In terms of how much of a dent I made in my stash, this is all I had left of that pale pink fabric.
Okay, next up I am going to tackle this dress. I also thrifted this pattern, so let's hope it's much better than the last one, because that 1 hour cardigan was just a headache. I am going to try and use up some more of my stash.
I've pulled out these 4 different fabrics from my stash because my thinking is that I might be able to combine them in the case that I don't have enough of one on its own, which I don't think I will because this skirt is a partial circle skirt.
First things first, I'm going to take this pattern out, give it an iron so that it's flat, cut out the right size, which I have no idea what that will be. Then we will lay it over the fabric that we have. I'm hoping that I'll be able to use this pink, maybe with this one, together and have an all pink dress. But I do have this option. Well, this is proving to be a little bit of a challenge because I don't have enough of one fabric, nor do I have enough of 2 individual fabrics in either pink or blue to make this. So I'm now going to combine the pink and blue and maybe some patchwork to make it work, because I'm so determined to make this. I've said that I was going to make this in my planning video for this quarter year, and I want to make this. So I slept on it overnight. I've asked my 8-year-old daughter her opinion this morning, and she thinks that putting the blue, the pale blue, and the pink fabrics together in like a cool kind of maybe sort of checkered type design would look kind of cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take me a little while to cut out the pieces, patchwork some pieces together and figure it out. But I reckon it's going to look kind of cool. I can envision it in my head. All right.
I did it.
Let's do it. You're helping me. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I have cut out, this looks a bit odd, all of the pieces for this dress. And now, here they are, they're all just behind me. Ha! And I'm pretty excited. It's looking really cool. I won't give too much away, but we've got like some patchworking, but intentional kind of mismatch, so that it kind of looks like it's meant to be patchworked. Anyway, it's looking really cool. I'm excited. I'm going to now obviously assemble it. Oh, it's cool. I'm really excited about how this is going to look. I was dubious, but my 8-year-old daughter was like, yeah, that's going to look cool, Mum. I was like, okay, I trust you. You are much cooler than I am. I mean, I think I'm cool. But...
First up, I needed to finish the armholes with this thrifted bias binding that I had in my stash. And after being blinded by the morning sun, all I needed to do next was attach the neck interfacing. I then sewed the side seams of the bodice, gathered the skirt and attached it to the bodice. This was a bit time consuming. It's quite hard to gather stretch fabric, but I managed to get it done. It just took me a little bit longer than it would have if it was not stretchy. I then used my overlocker to stitch the skirt to the bodice. And then the final step is to just hem the skirt bottom, which I just did on my Banana sewing machine with a straight stitch because I didn't feel a zigzag was warranted on this particular hem.
My bobbin just ran out and I literally have that much of the hem to do. Why? Okay, the dress is done. That took far longer than what I had anticipated because of all of the patchworking and then just assemblage. Anyway, we got there in the end, and I will do a try on to show you what it looks like on a little bit later in the video, because now it's time to start my final 2 projects. Okay, I am going to tackle making this tee, but with shorter sleeves, using this white stretch fabric. Now it's quite thin, so I'm going to double layer the tee if I can and enclose all of the seams somehow. This is a vintage pattern that I thrifted. When was this made? 2005. Not quite vintage. Is that vintage? No, it's only 15 years. The dress pattern was vintage. That was 1988. That was definitely vintage. So I'm going to make that. I have quite a lot of this white fabric, so I'm very pleased that I'll be able to get a nice white tee out of it. There is a few stains on it, so I might need to just be a bit creative with how I cut that pattern out, but we'll get to that. And then the last project for this video is a refashion of this tee, the long sleeve stretch tee that I somehow managed to get bleach on under the arm, which was really upsetting because I have worn this and it's one of my most favorite tops because of the color and the drape. So I'm going to just alter this if I can, and just take it in at the sides a little bit around the armpit area there to just cut away the bleach stain if I can. I thought about re-dyeing it, but I love this color, so I'm going to try and refashion it so that you can't see that bleach stain. Now my plan with this top was to double layer it because I suspect that this fabric is kind of see-through because it's like a ribbed knit. This pattern also has darts and I don't think they're going to sit particularly well with this kind of fabric. It looks like it's stretched a little bit when I stitched the darts, so this may be a fail. Let's just make it and see what it looks like. I have just draped this on after pressing these pleats and it's not too bad. They're not pleats, sorry, the darts. They're a little bit weird, this bit here, but I think once I've stitched the side seams, it'll sort of pull it. I've also realized that I have made the bodice length far too short, so that's okay. I will add a band around the bottom, like a cuff kind of, and maybe around the arms too, which will be an easy way to finish the edges, because I feel like this fabric is going to be insane to hem even with a zigzag stitch because it's just too stretchy, it's very drapey. And I've just realized as well, it's not actually see-through. So I think I'm not going to double layer, I'm just going to keep it single layer. These darts though, yeah. Let's just finish it. Alrighty, I've got the neckband clipped with so many clips. And, this is gonna be really hard, I can tell, because this fabric is, look, it's lovely despite some of the stains, but it is really hard to work with. Like, if anyone has any tips for how to work with fabric like this that is just like really slinky, really stretchy rib knit and an overlocker, please tell me. I literally just spent 15 minutes trying to adjust the tension on my overlocker, which is so dusty, so then it was not creating the sort of ripply seams. Here we go. Ooh. Go slow, don't stretch it. This is not great. I honestly don't know whether I should continue going with this because it's not working. I think it might be a fail. And you know what? Sometimes we fail. And when I say we, I mean me. Alrighty, I'm gonna leave that. I obviously still have all of this fabric left. What do you think I should do with it? If any of you know how to sew with this super slinky rib stretch knit, please let me know in the comments, because I have really struggled and I've adjusted the tension on my overlocker. I don't understand why it's not working. Do I need to use like elastic when I overlock at the same time to like make it spring back? I've never done that before. That seems really complicated. Please let me know. And also, if you have any ideas what I should make with this, it is a really nice soft fabric. There is weird little small spotty stains all over it. Maybe I should just make pajamas. I don't know, like maybe some nice pajama pants. Yeah.
Okay, let's get this top fixed and see if we can remove that bleach stain. All I'm going to do is pin where that bleach stain is and make sure that I am sort of taking off the same amount under the arms on each side. Now, I tried this on after I had pinned it and made some adjustments to taper the seam down the sleeve. I used my overlocker to stitch the new seams and the top was done.
And that is the end of the stretch sewing challenge. Honestly, I could keep going because I have more stretch fabric in my stash that I definitely need to be using up. But that number of stretch fabric items in a row is enough for me. I need to have a break from sewing with stretch and get back to my current quilting project. And I also have 2 dresses that I want to make that I did share plans for in this video, which I will link if you want to check it out. Let's do a montage of everything I made because that's the super fun part of the video. Cue montage. 3, 2, 1, no, 2. Cue montage now. What do you think? This dress is kind of growing on me. It's quite out there, but I think I like it. Anyway, I forgot to mention, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe to my channels for more subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. I love sewing and I love sharing my sewing related projects with the world. I really hope that you find this inspirational to motivate you to get stuck into your own stash, whether it be stretch fabric or otherwise. Anyway, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.